Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with another World of Warcraft secret, and today it actually takes us to current content in the Warlords of Draenor expansion, and it's the Highmaul Raid. Now, I'm currently where the Butcher is, but what we've done so far is we've defeated Kargath, we've gone to this section here, and then leapt over the wall, and then got to where I am. So from here, I'm actually going to go up the stairs in front of me as if I was heading towards Brackenspore, but that's where I'm going to stop, because this is where our secret takes place, and I'm actually going to attempt to jump onto this mushroom right here. From there, jump onto the ledge in front of you, and once you've done that, just leap over, or you can maybe ride over onto the next ledge, hang a right, so you go onto this green pasture, and guess what? You've actually already done it. You've escaped from Highmaul. Literally getting out of the Highmaul Raid involves 3 jumps. Onto a mushroom, onto the first ledge, and then onto the second ledge. And that is it. So whether you can see the Pale Orcs climbing over on the right hand side to get into Highmaul, we are now safely outside of it. There's nothing to prevent us from going anywhere right now, or anywhere at least within the confounds of this raid. An incoming jibe here. Some people may be confused whether or not they're in the live servers or an instant server due to the fact there's absolutely nothing going on. Okay, bad jokes aside, now you're outside, you can begin to explore. Now, you'll have to forgive me, I can't remember off the top of my head what this orc town next to me is. I think it belongs to the Warsong clan, but it was only utilised, I think, in levelling up and never used again. It's a popular thing with Warlords of Draenor, so it doesn't kind of stick with the old memory. But the good thing is, our peers, once again, this is going to be a dream for you because there are no NPCs out here either. No players, no NPCs, nothing. So you can actually go into places like this and create your own Draenor stories, or your own orc stories, or whatever you want to do. But all the buildings are intact, all the kind of assets that go alongside of it, the fires and all that kind of jazz, they're intact as well. So it gives you a wonderful playground with which to create your own adventure. Now, I'm not exactly sure what direction we're moving in, but let's just say we're heading north. Not far removed from the Orc village, we come to the end of the instance. Yes, it comes to a rather abrupt halt right here, but if you pan the camera around, you can see where other things exist. Now, if I was to go towards the sea, because this is where the sea would be and where the Ring of Blood would be, sort of in this direction where the whole ogre ethos is as well. This, if I followed the sea back round, so let's just say, for argument's sake, heading southish, it's probably west or something, I don't care. We're going to start heading back towards Highmaul. What you do have to be aware of, though, is when you get back eventually to the harbour, you are going to be going back to the rules of the Brackenspore fight. So, what people might not understand about that, what I mean is, if you come into the harbour, you're going to get poisoned to crap, and then you're going to die. So you've got to be very careful about how closely you approach the harbour, how closely you approach the Brackenspore area. But if you do die, don't panic too much. You can just run back into the instance, of course, and then repeat what you've already done as regards to getting out of Highmaul. So with that said, let's whiz on over to the other side and see what other assets we've got to play with. But one thing that I'm very happy not to be playing with is all the insects in this area. On the live servers, it's saturated with the buggers. Insects, wolves, crocodiles, crocolisks, whatever. It's absolutely ram-packed full of the stuff. And although we're very powerful and can crush through them and not too much time whatsoever, they are an annoyance. An annoyance is best served getting rid of. So it makes our journey to the ancestral burial grounds a pleasant one. And I'd like it to be a pleasant one because I really do adore this place. When I played on the Burning Crusade expansion, when I was in their version of Nagrand, I really did like the questing which went around the ancestral burial ground. Seeing those spirits of the orcs and whatnot is a little bit different, is a little bit mystical, something I hadn't quite seen before in WoW. So I really did appreciate that. And if there's one positive that I can take from Warlords of Draenor, yes, I do have a positive, it's the fact that the leveling up to me was absolutely fantastic. They made great use of the assets that they put in the zones. The storylines were very good, and they built up to an excellent crescendo at the end of it, and I sincerely appreciated that. It's just such a shame they weren't able to continue that into the end game, because what they'd created there was a great narrative that ground to an immediate halt. So with that done, there's something distinctly missing from this area. Can you guess what it is yet? Yeah, we're going towards the shamanistic orc area, but to the left of me, which was completely gone now, we'll get back to it in a moment, is Oshugun. Gone completely. Now, the only reason why they wouldn't have put it in is because you won't be able to see it from the raid. Now, of course, one of the great things about the smoke and mirrors, got to put that line in the secrets video, one of the great things about the smoke and mirrors about when Blizzard do these kind of things, and they do have the environment surrounding their raids, is as long as the person can see from some point in the raid where an asset would be, it will go in. If people can't see, if the distance is either too far or they just physically wouldn't be able to see due to the environment getting in the way, some big objects or just anything, then they don't have to put it in. So there we go. We got this huge hole where Oshugun would have been on the live servers. If I was to just walk over there, I'd fall through the earth and to my death, and don't really want to do that. Now then, getting to the edge of the world again, can you just see what we've got around us? There you go. You see this line of water below, and then we can see the little Iron Horde, well, part of it at least, base camp over in the distance, and just slightly away from it and below what seemed to be another environment. So let's head on over to there, shall we? So what we see here when I've eventually got there is a partial print of what used to be the Iron Horde base camp. Lots of it is missing. The whole of the harbour is missing, the ships are missing, all that kind of stuff. But we are left with a couple of rather large buildings, which again, role players, these can be utilised. Just don't fall off the edge of the world. And you do have the sea behind you, and this answers the question of what was the other environment that was below the Iron Horde base camp, because if I tilt the camera, you can see there it's actually the bottom of the ocean. Because of the way that the world's been cut off, it looks slightly different. That actually looks like a physical reality. However, if I was to go down, I could actually swim in this area. There you go. So I'm now swimming around the place. So when the water effect is real, it's not a lie. So the water effect is real, but if you look at it from that alternative angle, it actually just looks like physical land. So that solves that. And there's one more thing that I've got to show you before I end this video, and it very neatly takes us back to the front of Highmaul, is just that. The front of Highmaul. This, of course, was an ogre area. Some of the ogres were neutral and they wouldn't attack you here, but if you just stretched a little bit further out towards the entranceway, then the guards would decide to whack you over the head with their big axes. So there we go. Escaping from Highmaul, one of the easiest things to do in the world of Warcraft, in Warlords of Draenor in particular, and there are plenty of assets for you to have a wee bit of fun with. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are there in the description down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.